When I was younger, I came across a statistic that you might have seen. It claimed that the average person uses only about 10% of their potential, leaving 90% untapped throughout their lifetime. Recent research, however, reveals that this statistic is not accurate. In reality, the average person uses only about 2% of their potential, with the remaining 98% stored like buried treasure, never accessed. So, what do people do with that 2%? Most of it is spent on conversation, at work and with friends, messaging, tweeting, and watching screens. The average person spends 3 to 5 hours a day in front of a screen, be it a computer, smartphone, tablet, or TV. Much of what they watch falls into the Category 2 bucket, meaning it's irrelevant and unimportant, making no significant impact on their lives. Yet, whatever we do repeatedly becomes a habit. Today, many have developed the habit of constantly watching screens, and as a result, their lives progress very slowly. So, you have to ask yourself, is this a good use of my time? Does this activity have significant consequences for me? When I began studying the power of thinking, I realized that the activity with the greatest potential for impactful results is, indeed, thinking. The quality of your thinking determines the quality of your actions, and the quality of your actions determines the quality of your results. In life, everything boils down to results. Regardless of your age, if you look at successful people, one common trait is that they achieve a lot. They are known for being extremely results-oriented, constantly focusing on their goals. On the flip side, unsuccessful and unhappy people tend to waste most of their time. At work, they often spend it chatting with friends rather than being productive. When they arrive in the morning, they find someone to talk to, reminiscent of ducks in a farmyard, quack, quack, quack. In any business office, you can hear this constant chatter, quack, quack, quack. Then it's lunchtime, so they all go out, quack, 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 and return, quack, 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 and still, no significant work gets done. A typical workday might be from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., but if you look at the roads by 3 or 3:30 in the afternoon, they're already full of cars. Why? Because many people leave early to beat the traffic and watch television. Most work time is wasted. Here's a technique to transform your life. When you go to work, actually work. From the moment you start in the morning, work continuously. If someone tries to talk to you, respond with, yes, but not now. Let's talk after work or on the weekend. Eventually, people will stop interrupting you and find others to chat with. By focusing on your work all day, you'll accomplish 2 or 3 times more than usual. Developing the habit of working diligently throughout the day will lead to higher productivity and greater success. If you commit to working consistently, you'll achieve more, get paid more, and see better results in every aspect of your life. By working diligently, you'll be promoted twice as fast. This principle holds true worldwide, regardless of the situation. Interestingly, many of the most successful businesses were founded during recessions. Similarly, many thriving careers, including mine, began at the lowest points of economic downturns. In tough times, you're compelled to think more critically, make better decisions, and focus intently on high-impact activities. Thus, periods of great difficulty are also periods of great opportunity. Today, you have a unique chance to grow and strengthen yourself more rapidly than ever before. Instead of lamenting current challenges, look for the advantages they might offer for your future. Here's a crucial question to ponder: what is your most valuable financial asset? Initially, I thought it might be my house, car, or bank account. However, the true answer is your earning ability. This ability is like a perpetual oil well, constantly producing value. You could lose everything but still bounce back if you retain your earning potential. Your ability to earn money, defined by your capability to achieve results that people are willing to pay for, is your most significant asset. This doesn't diminish your inherent value as a person. Every individual holds incredible value, but earning abilities can vary significantly. Your earning potential can either appreciate or depreciate over time. Studies show that the bottom 80% of people, who often struggle with financial issues, tend to plateau early in their careers and rarely improve. 10 years into their careers, these individuals are no more productive than they were after the first year. Consequently, their income growth stagnates at around 2–3% per year. Conversely, the top 20% consistently increase their income by about 11% annually. With this growth rate, they double their income every 6 to 7 years, leading to significant financial improvements over time. They can afford better homes, cars, education for their children, and enjoy a comfortable lifestyle. The key difference lies in continuous learning. The bottom 80% often stop learning after finishing school, while the top 20% are perpetual learners, constantly acquiring new skills and knowledge to enhance their earning potential. A fascinating statistic is the earnings of the highest paid people in America, which holds true in many countries. Each year, researchers analyze the top 500 executives from the 500 biggest companies. Last year, the average earnings for these individuals were around $10 million. These high achievers started their careers with no special earning ability but continuously learned and adapted to reach their current status. Imagine starting your career and seeing some people earn millions while others barely scrape by. You might wonder how this is possible. Well, here's the surprising truth: top executives often earn up to 257 times more than the average employee. In some cases, they make 3,400 times more. How does this happen? Here's a key insight: every year, around 1% to 1.2% of the population begins their careers. It's like a marathon race where everyone starts together. As the race progresses, some people sprint ahead, many stay in the middle, and a few lag far behind. A groundbreaking 25-year study examined why some individuals earn exorbitant amounts of money while others remain average. Researchers discovered that these high earners didn't start with any extraordinary qualities. They weren't inherently smarter or more talented than others when they began their careers. What set them apart was a simple but powerful strategy. When they started their first job, they asked their boss, "What skill would help me become more successful and make a bigger contribution here?" The boss might suggest skills like negotiation, team building, sales, or financial analysis. The employees then set out to master that skill. Here's how they did it. 1. Identify the skill. They would determine the most valuable skill they needed to improve. 2. Seek resources. They'd find the best books, audio programs, and courses related to that skill. For example, they might choose top-rated resources and programs. 3. Create a plan. They'd outline a plan to develop this skill, similar to following a study guide in school. 4. Daily practice. They committed to practicing this skill every day. The key was consistency. They spent 2 hours each day, 5 days a week, totaling 10 hours of focused practice. Over time, this consistent effort paid off. By dedicating these hours to improving a single skill, they became incredibly valuable to their employers. This strategy helped them climb the career ladder, earn higher salaries, and secure their positions as top executives. So, if you want to transform your career, start by focusing on developing one important skill. Invest just 2 hours a day in learning and practicing it, and watch how it changes your career trajectory. Let's break down something simple but powerful. In a week, there are a total of 168 hours. If you're not sure, you can easily figure it out. Multiply 24 hours by 7 days. That's 168 hours every week, no matter where you are, even here in Moscow. Now, imagine if you took just 10 of those 168 hours each week to invest in yourself. That's right, only 10 hours. This strategy is what top professionals use to stay at the top of their fields and earn high salaries. For example, many successful leaders, including presidents of major companies, spend 2 to 3 hours each week reading and improving their skills. Take Warren Buffett, the third richest man in the world. When he was a teenager, he worked delivering newspapers early in the morning before school. Over 2 years, he delivered 200,000 newspapers and saved his earnings. He started investing that money carefully, and it grew. Today, his investments are worth about $350 billion, and his company made $25 billion in profits last year. Buffett's daily routine involves spending 80% of his time reading and studying topics related to his business. He only spends 20% of his time in meetings or on calls. By focusing on learning and improving, he makes better decisions and achieves better results. So, how much time do you spend each week learning new things that could boost your productivity and value? Think of earning ability like a ladder where each rung is a new skill. As you learn and develop new skills, your earning potential increases. People will pay you more for the valuable results you can deliver. Investing a small portion of your week in learning and skill development can significantly boost your career and personal success. So, take those 10 hours and watch how it transforms your life. If you decide to stop climbing the ladder of success, you'll eventually plateau, like most people do. But rather than staying steady, you'll start to slide backward because your skills are quickly becoming outdated. Today, skills become obsolete faster than ever before. If you're not actively improving and learning, you're actually moving down the ladder, not up. Many people wonder why their income isn't growing. The answer is simple: they're not becoming more productive or learning new skills. The highest paid professionals in the world spend 10 or more hours each week mastering new skills that will help them advance. For them, learning isn't just an activity, it's a way of life. Imagine if you asked people at a seminar, "What are you learning today?" Everyone should have an answer. Whether it's strategy, sales, or team building, everyone should be working on developing a new skill. A friend of mine wrote a best-selling book emphasizing that what got you to where you are today isn't enough to keep you there. To move forward, you need to continuously develop new skills. This process of constant learning should continue throughout your life, especially as technology, information, and competition evolve. The key takeaway is that continuous learning is something only you can do for yourself. You can't rely on others to learn for you. It's up to you to put in the effort and hard work to keep growing and adapting. Embrace the idea of lifelong learning and watch how it transforms your success. I used to think success was a miracle. I came from a poor background with no money. After school, I didn't graduate and started with simple jobs, washing dishes at a small hotel, then washing cars in the winter, and later cleaning floors for a janitorial service. It seemed like my future was all about washing things, as my wife even joked about keeping me busy to maintain my washing skills. I did all kinds of manual labor, working on farms, in construction, digging wells, stacking lumber in factories, and even working on a ship in the North Atlantic. By the time I was 23, I had tried everything, and I ended up in sales. But without any training, I was terrible at it. For 6 months, I struggled and failed, losing weight in the process because if you don't sell, you don't eat. Then, a turning point came. I approached the top salesman in our company, who was earning 10 times what I was making. I asked him what his secret was. He asked to see my sales process, but I didn't have one. I was just knocking on doors and hoping for the best. I was working long hours, sometimes 12 to 14 hours a day, without much to show for it. He told me I was doing it all wrong. Instead of just talking, I needed to ask questions and find ways to help my customers achieve their goals using our products. So, I changed my approach. I started asking questions, listening to what people needed, and helping them find solutions. I also began to study selling more seriously, reading books, listening to audio programs, and attending seminars. Every new thing I learned improved my sales performance. Within a year, my earnings soared. I was making 10 times more than before, surpassing what I had ever imagined and out-earning my father, who had worked hard for 40 years. What I discovered is that every field has its own success formulas. All you need to do is find them and apply them. Success has its own recipes that you can follow. If you emulate what successful people do, you'll eventually achieve the same results they do. Throughout my life, working in 22 different businesses, I made it a habit to figure out the success formula for each new field. I'd research what the top 20% of companies and individuals were doing, and then I'd replicate their strategies. This approach consistently brought me success, even in industries I was new to. People often wondered how I could succeed so quickly in a new field. My answer was simple: I read the right books, talked to the top experts, and followed their advice. The process is straightforward. You start by making a list of everything you need to do. Break down your main goal into smaller deadlines, identify the knowledge you need, the obstacles you might face, and the people you need to work with. Once you have your list, organize it by sequence, what needs to be done first, and by priority, what's more important. This organization turns your list into a clear plan. With a goal and a plan, you're set up for success. It takes some time to create a detailed plan, but the process of writing down your goals and steps helps embed them into your subconscious mind. In our advanced coaching programs, we teach people to write down their goals and plans. After 90 days, when they review their progress, many are surprised by how much they've achieved. This happens because writing down your goals programs your subconscious, which then works tirelessly to make them a reality. Remarkable things start to happen: unexpected phone calls, helpful advice from strangers, opportunities at work, and sudden insights. People with clear goals and plans achieve 10 times more than those without them. So, make your goals clear and write them down. This clarity helps the universe align with your ambitions. E.M. Fox, whom I mentioned earlier, wrote a book called The Mental Equivalent that highlights how our mental focus and clarity can shape our reality. It wasn't even a book, it was a pamphlet, but it turned out to be one of the most profound writings I've ever encountered. I'd been reading E.V. Fox for years when someone told me about this pamphlet called The Mental Equivalent. I hadn't come across it before, so I got a copy, and it was eye-opening. The pamphlet essentially explains that your main job is to create a clear mental image of what you want in your life. If you can do that, all the mental laws, like belief, expectation, and attraction, will work in your favor. The clearer your mental picture, the more effectively these laws will bring what you want into your life. Here's an exercise to help you with this. Take a clean sheet of paper and at the top, write the word goals. On this page, list at least 10 goals you want to achieve over the next year. These could be about health, income, travel, fitness, or anything important to you. Write these goals as if they've already been accomplished. For example, write I drive a new car, I live in a beautiful house, or I weigh X number of pounds. Make sure your goals are stated in the present tense. Instead of saying, I will lose weight, write I am at my ideal weight. Use positive statements and start each goal with I. For example, I earn a higher salary, I travel to new places, or I spend quality time with my family. This approach helps your subconscious mind accept the instructions more effectively. By focusing on clear, positive, and personal statements, you set yourself up for success and start aligning your actions with your goals. Once you write down your goals, something incredible happens. The process immediately engages your superconscious mind. I've led this exercise with people around the world, and they often come back amazed, saying the same thing in every language: you won't believe what's happening. They tell me they wrote down their goals, forgot about them, and then discovered years later that they had achieved everything on their list. Here's why this works. When you write down a goal, you engage 3 key modes of learning. First, you visualize the goal, which is the visual aspect. Second, you verbalize it to yourself, which covers the auditory aspect. Third, you physically write it down, which involves the kinesthetic aspect. By using all 3 senses, your goals make a powerful impact on your subconscious mind. Think of it like this: your written goals are like messages sent through an old-fashioned vacuum tube. They shoot straight into your superconscious mind, which then works around the clock to make those goals a reality. Once you've set your goals and let your superconscious take over, you can go about your daily life knowing that your mind is tirelessly working to achieve what you've envisioned.